Hello, this is Cami with another Thaumaturgy Thursday. Since my last Thaumaturgy video, I've gotten a ton of people asking me about love charms. And so today I figured, why not show you how to make one? At least a little charm bag. But first, we need to talk about love charms. I don't see a problem with love charms necessarily. It's part of our heritage as witches to be able to create love charms. But I think it's important to always remember that a love charm that's meant to draw a person into your life or to manipulate the feelings of another person, to wedge yourself into their thoughts, is a form of maleficium or malicious magic. It is not what people have come to call white magic, okay? It is definitely manipulative and malicious. And if you are willing to accept the responsibility for that, then proceed with your love charm. I also think that it's really important that you make your own love charm. Like I've said, the power to do these things is the power of the people. You do have the ability to make a love charm. If you do the research and you figure it out, or you have a teacher or whatever, then you can do it. You can make a love charm. And I think it's really important that you do it for yourself and not ask someone else to do it, because this is your magic. This is your love charm. This is your decision and your responsibility. So I think that that's really important to remember. A love spell isn't just a love spell. A love spell is a manipulation of another person. There are ways of going about it that are a little nicer, perhaps just attracting the person that's best for you at the time, or increasing your own attractiveness through a glamour, which is still basically maleficium. There are ways of increasing self-confidence and increasing self-worth and self-love, which have less to do with thaumaturgy and more to do with meditation and development of the self. But today I figured I'd show you a little bit of maleficium, because why not? So we're going to make a little love charm, a little love bag. And this is something that you can carry on your person or put next to another person, like sneak it into their stuff, put it next to their doorstep. If you have a close enough proximity to that person, and you can put it in their bedroom, even better. Put it under their mattress or something. It's a little creepy, but love magic is a little creepy. So there you go. One of the ways to really charge up this magic is masturbation. So if you can masturbate before, during, or after the love spell, that helps to charge it up. And if you're keeping the charm with you, if you're keeping this little spell bag with you, then you can masturbate with it repeatedly and keep charging it up. Keep charging it up. You can even anoint it with your bodily fluids, which is something that a lot of people don't think about, they don't want to deal with, but it's something that witches do. They anoint things with their bodily fluids. We're not going to do that here for obvious reasons, but we're going to do something different. So the components that you're going to need for this bag. I have 2 squares of cloth. Preferably they should be red, but I had no red cloth, so instead I chose cloth that has chamomile printed on it, because chamomile is a powerful magical amplifier. And green is the color of growth and nature. Green can kind of get in the way of love spells, though, especially if you're looking for like balance and reaching the natural end of things, which may not be you ending up with someone that you wanted to. Just something to keep in mind. Okay. We've also got a red candle. We've got this red leather heart that I cut out. Since I didn't have red fabric, we're just going to add that in to our little pouch. Oops. We've got rose petals. We've got 2 little poppets. We've got a pin, and this one has a red end to it. A little red head. We've got magnets. We've got iron filings. And we've got a piece of red thread that's actually 2 pieces of thread tied together. Also for this one, we've got our bell, just to kind of summon in the spirits. This one doesn't require a lot of incantation. You don't have to incant over every article that you're going to put into it. There is a little nursery rhyme that we're going to sing. That helps with the magic. The word incantation basically comes from the same word as singing. It's a word that connotes singing anyway, not that they come from the same root, but incantation, charming, those all connote singing of some kind, or at least intoning words. And so we've put a little nursery rhyme together. That'll be fun. Okay. So you start with your bell and you call in the spirits that you want to call in. And we do 5 because 5 is a number associated with romantic relationships and sex. So then you lay down your charm bag cloth. 1 layer to represent the skin of your lover, and 1 layer to represent your own skin. And then we've got an actual piece of skin cut into the shape of a heart that we're going to put down. Then you prepare the marital bed with your rose petals, and you lay those down in the middle of the heart or the cloth, whatever you're using, and you lay them down there, preparing the marital bed. Then you're going to take your candle, and this is an oil that we make called Aphrodite oil. We're just going to rub it here in our hand. And then you anoint the candle with it. Good. Okay. And we're going to prepare the candle. I don't have a very good candle holder present. So we're just going to melt the bottom of the candle and stand it up. And we're going to light it. To beckon our lover in. And we're going to take a little poppet that represents you, and a poppet that represents the person that you want to be with. And then you place them chest to chest, and you take your pin and you push it through the two poppets, right through their hearts. Okay. And then you've got these two little poppets pinned together, and you put those in that marital bed. Then you take a magnet. You don't need more than one. It just represents attractivity, the forces of attraction. And you put that in the marital bed with them, because now they're attracted. Then you put your iron filings, just a little bit, you don't need a bunch, just a little sprinkle. So that the magnet is actually attracting something. And then we're going to bring up the corners, just squeeze them together. Make sure you have all the loose ends and edges. And then we're going to tie this together. We're going to give it 5 turns around, because remember, 5 is a number of sex and romance. You clamp it down there, and then we're going to do 1 knot. By knot of 1, the spell's begun. By knot of 2, it cometh true. By knot of 3, so mote it be. And then you tie it up with a pretty little bow. Oops. If you don't have big meat fingers, it's probably a little easier. I do have big meat fingers. Okay. And then just tighten the edges and the corners by pulling down, pulling them out, and there you go. A little hex bag. Just for you. Okay, so this nursery rhyme is something that you would normally sing while you're making the bag, but I was telling you what I was doing while I was making the bag, so I couldn't sing it. But now we're going to go ahead and sing it over the bag, and you just hold it very gently, and you concentrate all of your energy into it. This is also a time when you could be masturbating or having sex or whatever. You're just holding on to this bag while you're doing it. Remember, there's pins in there. Okay? Don't get too raucous. There's pins in this bag. Okay. Lavender's green, dilly dilly, lavender's blue. You shall love me, dilly dilly, for I love you. Who told you so, dilly dilly, who told you so? 'Twas your own heart, dilly dilly, that told you so. Lavender's blue, dilly dilly, lavender's green. Hear only this song, dilly dilly, think only of me. Lavender's green, dilly dilly, lavender's blue. You will love me, dilly dilly, for I love you. And then it's done. Remember that before you put the poppets in, you've named them so that the charm knows who to go for. You can also, in your bag, include both of your birth chart information, so where they were born, the time, and their name, and that makes it more specific. Or you can use their hair, their nails, tissue that you saw them use. Okay, and then you take that out of the trash and you can use that. I've had clients come to me and they want to use bandaging from a tattoo. That's actually kind of cool because the tattoo is very unique to that person. I've had people use old band-aids. I've had people use squares of old underwear or t-shirts, or there's any number of things that you can do. And this is actually one of the nicer of the things that you can do if you're looking to make a little love charm. So thank you so much for coming and joining me here today. If you're interested in what this porcelain doll head with a candle on it is used for, or you're interested in peacock feathers and ribbon, then please think about subscribing to my Patreon, where we put up exclusive content for our patrons. We're going to be talking a little bit on Patreon today about obsession and the Irradian love spells. So I'll put a link to my Patreon. It's up to you. It's up to you. Thank you so much to our current patrons, Kelsey Norris, Starship Occultus, and Jeremy De La Rosa. I really, really appreciate you guys. And thank you so much for contributing and allowing these videos to continue going, paying for my poppets and my pins. Thank you. And also thank you to everyone on YouTube who took the time to watch this. I hope that it was useful and that your magic is made that much more powerful. We're just gonna pass this little charm bag around the sacred flame. The heat of passion. You can really feel the heat coming off of this sack. Thank you so much. May we meet in the twilight. Have a wonderful day. I forgot to add in a couple of herbs to our love satchel, to our love poke. So I'm just going to tell you about them because the charm's already tied up. It'll still work, but it would work better if I had added the dill, which is why we sing Lavender's Blue, Dilly Dilly. You know, it happens to the best of us. So, dill is one of the penultimate love spell herbs. This and rose are used pretty often, and coriander as well. But dill is what we should have added. Orris root helps to bind everything together in the charm bag. Chamomile helps to amplify the magic, and horehound helps to remove blockages that might be in the way of your magic. So if you do happen to forget the other herbs, the other essential elements to your love poke, to your hex bag, then you can put these in a separate love bag and tie them all together with red string. You can put your love charm in another poke that has these herbs in it, or whatever other herbs you're going to choose. Another thing that you can use in your love charm are eggshells, cascarilla, because they're protective and they'll help to nurture the spell and make sure that it's safe from meddlesome forces, such as people trying to break your hex. Which maybe they will, maybe they won't. It depends on how bad witchin' you are. Anyway, just thought that I would amend the video by adding on this little bit. Tacking that on. Just gonna tack it to the end, put a pin in it. Okay, now, may we meet in the twilight. Have an awesome day.